And so long as Republicans keep saying, no, 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 don't do that, otherwise we won't win, then the American people just see Donald Trump being arrested and think he must be guilty, and Joe Biden doesn't. He must be innocent.
Yep. Right. It's like the left is always appealing to emotions, and I feel like the Republicans are trying not to do that, but there is kind of like a fine... There's a middle ground where you kind of have to do that at some point. Like, it's not always the best to not just use logic and reasoning to get to people, but you have to in this case, I feel like.
Well, it's like we had all these promises of these impeachment trials and these investigations. And, we've done a lot of investigations, but where are the impeachment trials? Now, suddenly we're, months away from Election Day and we have like a 1-seat majority due to all these like sudden retirements. And so we just totally piss away everything we worked for. And now we don't even have a pathway to materialize any of these things. So you campaign and then you just go, well, we'll get them next time, right? And it's like at a certain point, people stop believing there's going to be a next time. And that is kind of where we're at. Like, morale is very low. We do not think things are going to get better. And there needs to be a figurehead, a leader that is going to pull us out of it. It's Trump, and that's why they're going after him.
That's why I feel like the end result of all of this is just things get bad. To what degree, I don't know. But that's why I'm always saying I think culture is substantially more important. That's why TikTok is so dangerous. It completely undermines cultural efforts from those opposing the woke machine, and it's foreign controlled. So you can't even do proper FOIA requests against them to figure out what's going on. Like, you're ever gonna get, with let me say this: if TikTok is forced to divest, and they actually do, and you get Rumble or some American interest buying it, imagine the emails that get released. You thought the Twitter files were wild? Wait for the TikTok files. Oh, man. Force them to divest so that we get an American company. And you know what? The funny thing is, you'll get Democrats on board with it. You know why? Because it's going to show the Chinese Communist Party saying things like, we want to manipulate, we want to interfere. And even Democrats are going to be like, we're going to earn brownie points with this. Publish it.
Yeah. Or you'll find out that what you were thinking about the potentially not realness of all these people.
Oh, yeah.
That could be a thing.
Yeah. Well, what's really interesting here is just like the Facebook files and the Twitter files, there are likely TikTok files where the White House was in active communication with a Chinese-owned enterprise like TikTok on the basis of content moderation. You look back a couple of Earth days ago, and the TikTok app actually banned climate denialism. And it totally stopped any of the messaging on banning TikTok in the States. And that is a concession, right? You look at the fact pattern of the Facebook files and the Twitter files, it stopped all criticisms of the content moderation regime. They did the exact same playbook, and suddenly TikTok is like in clean, totally good standing. And then it takes, a crisis to basically bring it back into question. And that is where we're at. And there are definitely interesting skeletons to be unearthed in the case of a divestment.
I actually think, just to bring these stories together, the TikTok thing is a really great example of why there is no real right wing in this country. There is no organized, unified structure sharing an ideology that wants to accomplish anything. Doesn't exist. The left has it. AOC will say whatever they tell her to say. I mean, she just wants to be there. So Democrats there's a viral video of these two young girls being interviewed, and they're asked how many genders there are. One girl starts answering, the other girl says, no, stop, don't say that on camera. Maybe it's fake, I don't know. But those things certainly are real, and I've experienced one of them too. Like, it happened to me when a woman was speaking to me on camera and then tried to get me to delete no, delete that. You can't show that. They are terrified to oppose the machine. On the right, it's just infighting all day, every day, nonstop. And I'm sitting here wondering why we can't get criminal charges on Joe Biden, despite knowing for a fact he committed a crime. All elements of the crime were met. And he expressed intent and expressed his desire for financial gain from taking the documents and sharing them, which is an additional crime. No charges.